Maayong buntag Cebu. Good morning and welcome to our Kapihan sa PIA episode for this week. We are coming to you gikan dinhi sa Regional Office of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources dinhi sa Cebu City. Kini si Rachel Lesha gikan sa Philippine Information Agency and I will be the host ang ato ang for our forum karong adlaw no kay ako ang co-host gikan sa DYMR nga sa Miss Annabel Grosas. Naaman sila team building nga gibuhat karon ang DYMR Radio Pilipinas. So sa tanang nagtan-aw nato karon sa Sky Cable, we are on the late telecast no every Thursday from 4 to 5 in the afternoon over channel 53. So sa tanang mga televiewers nato, welcome to our Kapihan sa PIA for this week. So ang ato ang mga bisita kay naaman ta dinhi karon sa DENR are of course ato ang mga regional officials no nga ato ag yung mga regional directors ni sa DENR agencies, environmental agencies nato dinhi sa Region 7. So we have with us our Regional Director for the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, Region 7, Mr. Gilbert Gonzales, rather. Sir?
Good morning, Annabelle. Good morning to our listeners and viewers. We're very glad that we're holding again this Kapihan, PIA, and hope we will be able to provide all our listeners and viewers some updates on different issues, especially on the programs that we have lined up in the celebration of the environment.
Yes, no, thank you, sir. Ang DNR maumani ang ato ang host sa ato ang Kapihan every second week of the month mo na permanente na gini atong kapihan diri sa DNR no kay daghan kaayo mga topics and issues no nga kinahanglang i-take up o kinahanglang isabwag sa no nga mga information regarding the environment. And of course together with Sir Gilbert is our Regional Director as well for the Environmental Management Bureau in Region 7 or the EMB7, si Sir William Cuñado. Maayong buntag, Sir William.
Maayong buntag kaniyang tanan. Maraming salamat for these activities. I hope you learn something about these information sa kita.
Thank you, sir. No? And later on, we will be joined by the Regional Director sa MGB, sa Mines and Geosciences Bureau, si Sir Loreto Alburo, no? Who is still on his way coming pa si Sir. But we will be starting now our discussion. Of course, mag-una na lang din sa DNR and sa EMB, no? Mag-una siguro the Sir Gentlemen for the discussion nato for the Environment Month. So, unsa man ang mga activities na atong gi-line up for in celebration of Environment Month karon June. So, si Sir Gilbert siguro atong unahon. No? We will ask you, Sir Gilbert, since DNR is the lead agency, no, for the Environment Month celebration. So, ano yung mga activities natin that we will be conducting for Environment Month?
Okay. Actually, every June we're celebrating Environment Month.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Pwede lang.
Anyway, since the start of the first day of June, we've already had activities and we will be promoting the theme of the Environment Month celebration for this year, which is Beat Plastic Pollution. Okay, so we had our kick-off in last June too, with the different agencies who joined us during the Unified Flag Ceremony, and we brought to the attention of all the participating agencies the need to address the issue on plastics. So every June 5 we also have the World Environment Day celebration, and along with that we did a clean up in the city within the city of Cebu. So we have different agencies participating in that with us, and local and the city government and the provincial government of the Cebu. Ito na din masyadong magandang panahon ang oras na yun, but still we had the cleaning up activity done on that morning. So Actually, we have 21 activities lined up for this month for celebrations. And last June, first Saturday of June, that's June 1, we had Biodiversity Challenge, joined by our team in the Gaspi, so that's one part. Then TR7 participated in that actually it's an environment competition. So we self-competed there, and after the World Environment Day, we had the Asia Pacific Coral Reef Symposium done here in Cebu, which is a 5-day activity, which is actually hosted by the Biodiversity Management Bureau, and was participated by more than 600 participants from different countries and other institutions around the country.
It's an international event.
It's an international event held at the Marco Polo Hotel, and it was graced by no other than our Secretary Lloyd Simati, during the closing ceremonies. And it was well attended, and I think many scientists and other researchers were the main participants in that symposium. And from here on, we have other activities lined up. In fact, this week we're doing the environmental quiz B. Yes, that will be held in June 15. That will be hosted by the Environmental Management Bureau and the Geosciences Bureau. Actually, the celebration of Environment Month is a joint undertaking of all the different bureaus and offices of the department. So this is well supported by many of the many more environmental partners, not only in Region 7, but in all other parts of the country. It's a national undertaking. So on June 15, there will be the environmental quiz B. It will be held at the SMCT in the Cebu Food Court. Then in June 19, we're going to have the Green Films Festival to be held also in the SM Consolacion. Our aim is really to promote public awareness and encourage youth participation by way of film showing, some selected movies. I think that would fit on the occasion. Then on June 21, there will be the Eternity event that will be hosted by EMB as well. This is actually joint undertaking with the Archdiocese of Cebu, wherein EMB will be hosting a mass wedding and an environmental activity.
Okay.
And I was chosen to be one of the principal sponsors. I don't know if that would help. But anyway, that's an initiative of the EMB headed by Regional Director William Cuñado. And on June 22, the Mines and Geosciences Bureau will lead in the undertaking of a mine plan for responsible mining symposium. That is actually jointly undertaken by MGB and the Solid Development Corporation in San Fernando City. So on June 25, it's actually a big day for us. It's a greening day. It's a celebration of the Arbor Day, where we're going to do a tree growing activity in Barangay Bulutao of Cebu City. So this will be participated by different stakeholders and sectors. So, and lastly, one of the main highlights of the celebration is the awarding of the Gawad Tugas. This will be held in June 28 at the Marcelo Fernandez Center in Lahug. Actually, this this award is given to various sectors, no, for advocates and partners to managing and protecting the environment, who works with the DNR and has contributed and achieved certain milestones to help us, no, achieve the objectives of our mandate. So that's a big day actually, because this is an opportunity as well for DNR to recognize and give citations to
your partners.
Yes,
Also.
So actually, ito yung ating mga naka-line up ng mga important activities
For the month of June.
Actually, this is we're doing this actually not only to really promote awareness, but actually to involve other sectors, no, in understanding what's the importance of managing the environment. At the same time, again, it's to recognize the advocates and the advocacies and all the things that doing as much as we do together.
Yes, because this is not DNR's responsibility alone, no? It takes a village, no, to help improve our environmental situation right now. But before we proceed, I'd like to request, of course, ni Ana ang ato ang guest, no, ang ato ang ipaabot na Regional Director nato for MGB, or the Mines and Geosciences Bureau. So I have a panel of puro gentlemen, no? Huwag ka sa wala akong co-host, lady co-host. Sige, so welcome Sir Loreto, good morning, and welcome to our Kapihan sa PIA. Si Sir Gilbert has already been discussing ato ang mga activities, no, nag-hold sa DNR in line with the Environment Month, no, for the month of June. So naalam ko i-follow up ato kang there were two interesting activities, no, nga katong Sir William kay EMB man ang lead agency of the Quiz Bee and the Mass Wedding. Principal sponsor ba si Sir Gilbert, Ninong si Sir Gilbert. So maybe we can ask Sir William, how many do we already have the numbers, sir, kung pila ang mga couples na inyong or wala pa, or are you still accepting ng mga interested nga couples who would like to legalize their union?
Yeah, actually,
mga detalye lang, sir.
Targeting about mga 30 couples.
30 couples.
Yeah, the activities involved, para i-aware na itong mga couples, before the wedding, they have to plant trees.
Okay.
Para na sila mga remembrance that they are doing. So, all of these expenses, kita na ito na kulang sila sa budget. So, we put a budget for that to help them to really unite themselves. So, accidentally na natin, we are kami mga RD, mga principal sponsor.
Okay.
Principal sponsor.
So, sa mga magbahin mo sa time. No? So, kaning 30, sir, na ba ni? Or are you still accepting? Na-identify na niya?
Na-identify, na-arrange na siya.
Okay.
So, ang mga detalye, so this will be happening on June 21.
June 21, okay. Asa man ni sir ang venue, ani?
Kalimut ko sa venue.
Ayaw yung kalimut kay principal sponsors sa mga, no? Sacred Heart Church. Sir, is this the first time nag-hold sa DNR nga mass wedding, or sige na ni siya?
Sige na ni. Wala na ito ni highlight lang.
Wala na highlight.
Pero sige mo rin second time na ito. Third time na siya. Second time na ito siya.
Yan na-include na ito sa Environment Month ng mass wedding. So before sila kaslon, you require them na mo plant sila o usa lang ka.
Usa lang ka.
Asa nga area
identify na siya.
Sa DNR.
Okay. So I'm willing to we will also be assisting. So mahawag ko din na kuhaan ka ng helping them to unite themselves, financially naman sila mga problems. So tanaw din nila yung mga RD or mga Magkatabang magkanila, maging ninong.
Mga ninong, no? Natin yung mga ninong. So, katong nagtanaw natin sa Sky Cable karon kung usa mo aning 30 nga mo appeal, no? Mo join sa mass wedding mo na ni inyong mga principal sponsors. But I think this is really a very interesting maayo ni siya, no? Nga activity kay I think it's really unique ba nga na-integrate nato ni siya. And at the same time, katong ano sir, quiz B, if you can give details.
More on environment chemicals ni sa ato i-help ni sa SM mo. So SM gyapon nato with cooperation with the SM providing something for that. All the quiz is related to the environment ng mga issues and concerns. So mo na siya. So
ilan ang mga prices na to ani sir?
Ako pag-identify.
Okay.
Pero definitely just like.
So this is region-wide
dito sa Satualan
sa Cebu lang siya. But the provinces, are they also holding their own mga activities, no? Oo, kanina na hisgutan na to karon nga activities ang katupong mga Bohol, Siquijor o Negros Oriental nagbuhat sab silang ilaha.
Nasa sila mga activities. Let these two na ating emphasize. So nasa sila mga activities, for example, mga clean up, nationwide na ito na this coming June 16. So natay clean up na orchestrate at wali karon yan today natay coordination meeting na dihil nato rin sa Cohera, particular on the Butuanan River. So na ato identify nato mga kauban to mga opisina, mga NGO will be assigned a certain portion sa atong Butuanan River area. So hopefully after the coordination meeting, the orchestrated cleanup is coming June 16 will be successful.
Sige. Thank you kaayo Sir William, no? So napamantay daghang time unya, no, nga ipangutana sa ilaha because after this we'll also be discussing their accomplishments. But before we proceed to that, we would listen karon, no, to Sir Loreto ang ilaha pong mga activities sir for Environment Month nato coming from the MGB, the Mines and Geosciences Bureau.
Daghang salamat Rachel, may buntag sa tanan. As practice for several years now, we are coordinating or arranging for the mine tour, and this will be happening on the 2nd of June. And this year, our host will be Solidarity Development Corporation. This is one of the quarry corporations operating in Cebu Province, particularly San Fernando. They are producing clay limestone as raw materials in the production of cement. Incidentally, Solidarity Development Corporation is a subsidiary corporation of the Cement Corporation operating in the same municipality of San Fernando. So we will be inviting participants as usual from the media, academia, and other government agencies. June 22.
June 22.
It's a Friday, and Ms. Marian Kudiga is our coordinator for this particular activity.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. No? So, karon ato ang pag-discutan na ang kanilang mga accomplishments. I think, before we go to that, additional muna kay Sir Gilbert, di-mention niya ang Tugas Awards. Sir, do you already have kung how many ang inyong i-recognize for the 4th Gawad Tugas Awards na inyong ipanghatag ng mga nanabatay a number of pila ka organizations ang i-recognize?
25 ang nominees.
Actually, we have more than 20, around 25 nominees already submitted to us. And it's undergoing evaluation by a committee we created. So hopefully before the end of the week, we can already come up with the names of our awardees.
Awardees, mga organizations na siya or also including individuals?
Yes.
Actually,
the award is granted to individuals
and organizations. Sige, okay. So that will be the 4th Gawad Tugas Awards, no? And Karon, we will discuss the accomplishments that each of the 3 agencies represented here have already accomplished for the middle of the year, no? Kay June naman, this is June na kita, middle na ta sa tuig sa 2018. So I'd like to ask each of our guests, no? Siguro we'll start with Sir Loreto, ang first ninong, no? To give the accomplishments of your key, mga significant accomplishments that nato, sir, sa MG.
Yeah, okay. There are actually two major activities that are being implemented by my Geosciences Bureau. One is the regulatory aspect, and the other one is on the developmental side. As regards the regulatory component of our activities, we have thus far successfully partnered with several stakeholders to exact compliance from operating mining companies, including quarries in the region. And for the record, we have actually two major presidential awards and in the region. One is Carmen Copper Corporation, and the other one is Apulan Quarry Development Corporation. They are recipients of the Presidential Mineral Industry Environmental Award. This is a national award given by no less than the President. As regards the development component, our Geosciences Division is continuously conducting the geohazard assessment activities for the VRA, or the vulnerability risk assessment. We have completed as far 3 municipalities.
How many, sir?
3 municipalities.
3, okay.
As the municipality of Nawis and Pangnao Island, Bohol, and we have another one in Larina City. The others are for this month, the organ negotiation is
ongoing.
That's right. And for the subsidies mapping, we have done one in Nadikila, and groundwater we actually we're assisting Region 8, and we're doing groundwater assessment in the province of Biliran. This is in Region 8 lately. And for the updating, it's ASTICAM. Quadrangle mapping, we have done 2 quadrangles thus far. That is the island of Batayan, composed of municipalities of Santa Fe and Madrileños. So just recently done. And now we have education campaign that will be done in 18 municipalities, and this is program
18 municipalities.
18,
okay.
And this is program for implementation 3rd quarter to 4th quarter this year.
Katong ano, sir, katong duha ka major presidential awardees na gihatan na dinhi sa region. Imong gi-mention Carmen, Copper, and the other one is
Apulan and Quarry Corporation.
okay. Nganong gitagaan nato ni sila, sir?
This is actually a national contest spearheaded by the Philippine Mine Safety and Environmental Section.
Philippine Mine Safety and Environment Section. Unsa man ang particularly sa unsa nga aspeto man siya?
And several aspects: environmental management, social development, and of course the overall operations and the impact of operations.
So kaning duha, sir, for this year ni sila nga awardees?
Yes, actually this was awarded last year for the recent year's performance.
Okay, kanusa nang awarding na hitabo, sir?
November. This is not every November.
Every November. Pero sige ba tang awardees for Region 7 or
they are
every year?
consistent recipients of
Ang kaning Carmen lang ako na.
That's right. And the other awards, so of course, include ito, mga least mining forest, based safety records and the like.
So sila ang consistent na itong awardee ani?
Consistent winners, yes.
Oo, sa presidential awardees. Unsay ngalan sa, sir? Specifically ang ngalan sa award? Presidential Award.
Mineral Industry Environmental Award.
Ayun, okay. So, duha consistent, no? So, and also, you are ongoing ang ilahang mga geohazard assessments and as well as the IEC ninyong kaning sa IEC ninyong mga campaigns, or so na inyong topics na inyong gina-take up, kaning sa 18 o niya ka municipalities.
Katuning ato mga himo ng mga geohazard assessments in several municipalities, and ato ning i-disseminate sa mga concern ng mga officials, including mga barangay officials in the municipality. They will be convened in a forum, one to the forum, and they will be educated on the results of the geohazard mapping conducted in their place, and a reminder on how to read the map.
So, ang resulta dahil sa geohazard assessments mo inyong okay, so inyong i-cascade nga sa mga barangay officials ni Sir, no? Sa mga LGUs.
That's right, that's
okay,
right.
so, thank you kaayo, Sir Loreto, no? That was from those were the accomplishments, the key accomplishments of the MGB in Region 7. So, aring napunta sunod ni Sir Gilbert from DENR. Let's hear from Sir Gilbert sa mga mid-year na to so far, Sir, no? Mga key accomplishments.
First, pinaka-priority namin ngayon is yung mga tourist destination areas. So, very particular tayo ngayon in Banglao, the island of Banglao, in Mactan. Actually, we have about 7 areas that we have monitored. Dun sa dalawang na-mention ko, and also include Bual, Slope, Camotes Island, Anda, also in Bohol, and Bantayan Island. So,
balik ko naman ito gamay Sir Bual, Camotes,
Slope, Camotes Island,
Bantayan,
Anda, in Bohol, and as well as Bantayan Island. So, actually, this was the focus of the monitoring conducted by the EMB, in which we were verifying yung mga systems in managing the sewage, solid waste, and we also conducted inventory in these areas to determine who are occupying crucial areas, and as well as whether these areas are covered by crucial disagreements, and as well as illegal structures constructed within the easement zones that is prescribed by law. So these are the things that we're doing right now. But basically, Panglao and Mactan is one of the
two top
priorities. We are now working with the Panglao LGU as well as with the city government of Lapu-Lapu with respect to Mactan. In fact, city government of Lapu-Lapu has already issued notices to many of the occupants of the foreshore areas in the Mactan.
So those are they're illegally occupied?
Some are occupying easement zones, some have illegal structures. So, but the LGU has initiated to call the attention of all these establishments. After we have verified that these areas are occupying eastern zones, and EMB is now monitoring the conditions of the water quality of the surrounding coastal waters, as well as the management of the solid waste in the entire city of Lapu-Lapu, as well as of this establishment. So, in fact, on our account, we have already issued, EMB has already issued a number of notices of violations of this. I think RDB will explain further on that. But our main concern is how we can require all of these establishments and other occupants of foreshore areas to secure the foreshore disagreements, because that's required. Second is settle the financial obligations to government. And third, to make sure that the easement zones are open to public. Okay, so, and these are the basic targets or objectives of what we're doing right now. So in Panglao as well is we have some of the establishments have already initiated demolition of their own structures now occupying the easement zones. Only that EMB is working with the LGU with putting up the necessary sewerage systems, and that also goes in Lahug. This is very essential because most of the sewage always ends up in the water body. So these are the things that we want to do. So hopefully in the next, for the end of the year, we'll have more concrete results in addressing these issues. But we're assured that the LGU would work on this with us. And hopefully the conditions that we have experienced in Lahug will happen in these areas. That's the main objective or what we're doing right now. So other than the concerns of the tourism installation areas or tourist installation areas, we are now focusing on the issuance of free patents for residential and agricultural lands. We have a target of about 7,500 titles for residential and agricultural, and we hope we'll be able to accomplish this by the end of the year.
The 7,500, sir, that's for Region 7 na target, so the 4 provinces.
Yes. We are now working with the LGUs by virtue of MOPA. It's an agreement with the LGU and with the facilitate the applications for free patents so that we can maximize or optimize the number of titles that can be granted in particular areas. So with that, we will be helping LGUs to generate more revenues with the title properties. At the same time, allow these landowners also to have their lands, their ownership of their lands legally confirmed or affirmed by the issuance of the titles. Then we have the NGP. We have the National Living Program. So although our budget was significantly reduced for 2018, but we are working with some initiatives by LGUs in other sectors, like the mining industries. We have assigned 2,000 hectares in the CCPL for them to green. EMB as well is working with the industries as well to green also another 2,000 hectares over and above of the regular targets we have under the National Living Program. So we have the mechanized nursing human, which is supporting other initiatives by other sectors, other LGUs in greening their own areas. So we have this mechanized nursery which produces I think 100,000 seedlings in a month, which we can extend to support other sectors who are interested in. In fact, we're launching on June 29 local cleaning program with the LGUs and barangays in Negros Oriental, so that we can distribute the seedlings from from mechanized nursery to encourage greening of open areas, even in private lands. So we hope to replicate that in other provinces.
Greening of open areas, even in private lands.
Yes. So these are the good things that we're doing aside from the regular programs that we're undertaking. So we're giving more emphasis on this program since they support the livelihood and local initiatives.
Last year, sir, I think we exceeded the target for NGP, no? So how are we doing so far sa middle of the year?
Actually, we have already prepared seedlings. So we're just waiting. So rainy season is now coming, so it's the right time for us to start.
But you're confident that we can reach the target for this year?
Because as I said, over and above our regular targets, there are other initiatives that can add on to that, to the number that we're targeting, areas that we have to plan.
Okay, sige. So far, no? Ilahang priority sa DNR is the tourist destination na kani mga identified nato nga areas that will be daghang turista ang makaanha, especially after the Boracay closure, no? So ang galing sa Boal, Oslo, and the other areas, sir, aside from Panglao and Mactan, the monitoring is ongoing already.
Yeah, but sa paparang priority namin is the 24 protected areas in the
24?
Yes, 24 protected areas, and we are strengthening now all programs, no, in all of these protected areas. So we are strengthening the units assigned. We will be adding up some. We are requesting fund support to operationalize this. We are mobilizing further the integrated protected area funds so that we can develop more projects in these protected areas to ensure that we can protect and manage these important areas, sensitive areas in the region.
Yeah, so far, sir, especially in Panglao and Mactan, cooperative naman yung mga natin doon.
We have not encountered any sort of a negative reaction from all these different sectors. They are all willing to join us in these activities.
Yeah, that's good. No, nobody wants to be the next Boracay here in Region 7. So
we actually have to give credit to Governor Chato and LGU of Panglao with respect to Panglao. Even in Mactan, in some of the LGUs when I mentioned slow. All of these LGUs have already initiated their own actions to address these issues. So, it takes time to probably develop the plans and then come up with the funds, but they're all aware of what should be done and what are the issues, and I think there are already steps being undertaken. So,
the important thing is we already started it, no? Efforts are already in place on the ground. So thank you, Sir Gilbert. Karon, minaw na punta sa EMD, no? From Sir William Cuñado, ang ilahang mga highlights and key accomplishments.
Yeah, actually we have three aspects na to discuss. First, atong mga issuance sa mga permits na to, and then activities for the monitoring, then our assistance to the local government unit in terms of the solid waste management activities. So I would like to discuss first our permits issuance. So far, we are already in targets for the first quarter. So we meet all these targets in terms of issuance. We also, this contributed more on the applications of some resource industries that who are willing to comply on that aspect. Yeah, for the ECEC ones, the same. We have a lot of application also for the ECEC at the same time, more on CNC. Usually, mga resource na kapamay mga kasalanan ng mga resource. So, we're only applying for certificate of non-coverage.
Certificate for non-coverage. Non-coverage, CNC.
CNC. So, nasa tayo in terms of sa hazardous waste, we already surpassed our target. Most of these category na natin mga chemical order, mga small quality, IDPTT, all of these ones are within the targets natin. So, we would like to discuss more on the monitoring activities. In fact, we have we have a target of terms monitors about 1,709, and for the quarter we accomplished only 2,026. It was about 119% for the first quarter. So dako-dako na kayo ito nakuha. So as
kani nga monitoring, di-monitor ni sila for unsa nga ano, sir?
all type of industries. At naka-contribute mayo kay for the first quarter, on the second quarter, we focus more on monitoring of sa mga beaches. So imagine, for the beaches nga itong monitor, we reached a notice of violation issuance. We reached about 626.
626 out of?
Out of 700.
Okay. Almost.
Kay murag kulang, wala na ito makuha ang tanang data. That's the time na once we explore, we have assigned some focal person to all of these mga famous na ito mga tourist area. So Panglaw, we assign one there in the persons of Policy. Then Mactan, we assign also King PIA. And all the rest, Kabantayan, sa Oslo, Badyan, Walbo also, we assign. We think that the assigning a focal person who are responsible to have a regular monitoring of this area. Hopefully, we can have a very good resource for that in terms of the compliance. Then, at the same time, we have also conducted some air monitoring in our what we call clusters area, the Metro Cebu area. So we still have a regular monitoring for that. At the same time, this monitoring sa mga emission testing, na to impact. We will have also a road monitoring emission every Friday para to enhance, to get what is the percentage of compliance in terms of the performance of the PTC Center for Emission Testing Centers. So, going to the most important thing for me, because we have a big budget given to us in terms of the solid waste management. We have assisted about actually, in terms of the solid waste, ecological solid waste management, we have a big budget given from Central Office, and we are focusing the activities for the training deployment of solid waste education and enforcement personnel. Itawag na to next week, who will be responsible to monitor all the solid waste management of the local government unit. So natay about 17 sweep na to karon, we are just to monitor all the local government unit in terms of performance every month na siya. At the same time, we are conducting, helping the AG for their 10-year solid waste management and dam site closure rehabilitation. So we have trained an 11 LGU. That LGU is the Balamban, Bantayan, Katmon, Compostela, dan Bantayan, Mandawi, Mindanilla, Poro, Santa Fe, Antapugon, and Tuburan. So after this one, we give them financial support for financial support programs on the closures and rehabilitations and open closure dam site. We provide them a budget about 15 million for the following LGO. So Carmen, we give them almost 1 million. Madrid Rios, that will be also 1 million. Santa Fe 1 million. Vigilance 1 million. San Remedios 1 million. Larina, we provide only 1 million, 1.7 million, almost 1.7 million. In San Juan is 1.2 million. And Tagbilaran, we provide them 7.1 million. So all in all, this is a total of about 15 million.
15 million for pila to ka LGU, sir, total?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, mga
8 ka LGU. So, ang katong 15 million, sir, that is a financial assistance to the LGUs for the closures, sa ilang open dam sites. Okay. So hopefully, hangtod Kano sa may timeline yung
We give them to finish within this year.
within this year?
So unfortunately, some of the LGU na-fail lang sila to submit pa sa mga supporting documents to release the amount.
To release the amount.
So we are trying to ask them to submit the lacking documents, for example, resolutions overseeing the implementations from the local government unit, then some simple documents lacking tax declarations of the certain area. So probably this will be complied immediately by the local government. So hopefully we also targeting this one to dispose this amount kaya tingalin niya o balik ni ba na namatay cash budgeting approach na gano'n.
Yes.
Kaya kayo na
Balik ko niya sa taas ng
balik
kwarta.
sa taas ng kwarta. So we are trying to help to facilitate na mag-igo yun sa atong target na.
So far sir, sa 8 LGUs, wala pa tayo na-disperse or naana tayo na-disperse?
Nag-waiting na lang kay gamay naman lang sila nakulang. So far, we are trying to target this quarter, this second quarter to give
Disperse na the entire amount and to all the 8 LGUs niya. What will happen sir if, for example, nakuha na nun na ang kwarta, inyong ihatag sa ilaha until the end of December within this year. If they still fail to comply after December, naagihapon tayo, napabay gihapon paagi from DNR that
more lisod naman tayo kaya nag-fully kanang gumihatan na itong budget is already the budget they're asking to close the open account. So imposible kayo din. So that's a matter of implementation na sa local executive na local executive na yun na sa nakuha.
But they have until December 2018 dapat
hopefully mahimo nila before by November tingali actually dali naman yung kayo pag-close 1 month kada tingali na kung nalay atong budget mo wala ko na ibuldos na mo tapi na nila 1 month mga activities kamay ram nila Other than that, we also provide a mobile stagers with cheaper for the MR funding system. So we give about 4 LGUs Alcoy, Tabukon, Mandawi. So we provide each one of them so 137,700 for these mobile stagers. No? At the same time, we also providing material recovery facilities, MRF assistance. No? Yes, we are providing about 34 LGU units, and these are the following beneficiaries for the material recovery facilities. One itong i-encourage niya to go on material recovery facilities because we believe that is one of the approach that is very applicable to accomplish the approach. So we give also to Cordoba, Bantayan, in Bantayan we give 5 barangays. Then in Bugo we have also a 6, San Remigio 3 barangays, Taguilan about 4 barangays. Then in Santa Fe, 1 centralized MRA, Medellin 1 centralized MRA, Pastorias 1 centralized MRA, Tabugon 1 centralized MRA, di Bantayan 4 barangays and centralized MRA, Madrid 3 barangays and centralized MRA, then San Fernando 1 centralized MRA, Pinatilan 1 centralized MRA. When we talk about 1 centralized MRA, so ato na naihap tanan sa mga barangay, ato nila itapok na tanan nila mga collective na yun.
So ang ihatag ninyo katunog yung facility nila siya, MRF mismo na turnover. So hopefully na award naman sa ako ang winner. So we are planning to stagger the delivery of these facilities. So with this assistance, probably we can reach the problems some of the local government units in terms of the solid waste management. So in terms of monitoring activities at mga PCs, especially Panglaw, actually we have a very good resource for the month of April and May. The highest data that we get for the month of April na ilang
under sa monitoring na to, nalay 70. So there is nga mga monitoring stations below 70 na siya. So atong standards about 100. So why there is abrupt anong reduction gikan sa 100 o 300 o to 400 na mga i-compare nimo sa 2017 niya i-compare sa nimo sa previous month because of the issuance na to all the beaches na we direct them to stop discharge of their wastewater to the coastal area. So this is a manifestation that there is great compliance to ang mga beach operators in terms of, but we still have a problems in terms of handling their safeties because as we understand, wala pa di safeties facilities dito sa Panga, but there is an ongoing arrangements already by the province and the local executive of Panglao and Dawis, but there is an interested third party to put up or to provide modular or what we call mobile safety facilities that will cater all these wastewater
private, ano na rin siya, sir? Private company.
But probably this is a joint venture of the local government units sa Dawis and Panga because they are the one supplying the water. So if they are the one of the suppliers of the water, so they are responsible to treat the wastewater treatment facility. So hopefully within this year, all of these facilities will be in place. Nagyoy continuous na continuous good quality of our coastal body na sa Panglao, hopefully. But meantime, once also the facilities of the Bohol International Airport will be operationalized by August, they have their existing wastewater treatment facilities with a capacity of I think 500 cubic meters. So that is enough to also to help in terms of as a mitigating measures to handle the wastewater coming from the port.
Yeah, kaya expected lang ba na with once the Bohol airport is operational, tourists, the kaning crowd ba, ang volume of tourists going to Panglao, no, Bohol, will be going up. Kaya naana may direct flights. There are direct flights going to Bohol. So that is, na naana tayong wastewater and then soon a septage treatment facilities na naa dito sa Panglao.
Yeah, at the same time, we also encouraging kaning atong gihimo nga approach din sa office na natay register approach for our biological waste, itong mga food waste nato, itong plastic nato para when we dispose our plastic, dili na plastic na bako o hugaw. This could be a clean plastic. It could be buy by the Geosciences operator for the recycling of plastic. So
reuse ang plastic?
Pwede as a raw materials na for the making product. For example, ganing chairs, ganing atong dagko, man gamito sa raw materials. So hopefully, kung the central office will agree with that proposal, so we will have a very good one facility to be run by the local government unit in terms of plastic problems.
Okay. Yes, sige. Thank you. Thank you, Sir William. No, ubay-ubay din ang mga accomplishments sa ato ang DNR, EMB, and the MGB. No, they have had a really full year, and they so far full 6 months, and with more to go. No, yeah, siguro at this point maybe we can accommodate one question, no, from our. Oh, okay, we are pressed for time, and then I know na namangutana pa man isla ni Kauman, they will be doing their own exclusive Q&A after the Kapihan. Siguro.
Just need a copy of the.
Yes. The DNR will be providing copy. So sige, Fatch. Question.
One, sorry, Apollo City government is now conducting one demolition nito sa mga illegal structures ngayon sa mga coastal ito ni lapas sa 3 meters. Today all start. And are we also encouraging their other LGUs to do the same? Labi lang ito na sa Mactan Channel area.
Si Sir Gilbert.
Actually, we have openly informed not only the concerned LGs but everybody in the region on the provisions of the Water Code of the Philippines, which defines the easement zones. So our intention is actually to make them aware that this easement zone should be left open. So kaya yung mga LGUs aware naman na sila, lalo na what happened in Boracay, in which the department has initiated demolition of some of the legal structures. So we don't want to reach to that point in which investments are made and then later on we just demolish. So that's why ang responsibility ng pag-allow ng construction is left in the LGU in the granting of the building permits. So if ever LGU should grant building permits, they must observe these limitations. These limits in which easement zones, property boundaries, and other allowable restrictions prescribed under the law that should be observed during construction. May mga iba kasing mga developments that even have extended beyond the foreshore, and that's really reclamation. So if ever there are reclamations, it has to be dealt with the Philippine Reclamation Authority. So this is what we're trying to explain and let the LGU help us enforce. So yung mga existing na mga structures, we leave it to the LGU to comply with the provisions of the building code. So if they are illegally constructed, then this has to be removed.
So DENR is working also with the LGU.
Actually, our role namin is to define where are these easement zones, and saan yung mga boundaries. So we do the survey, we do the inventory, and then we inform the LGUs.
Provide it to the LGU.
So
then you leave it to the LGU.
We leave it to the LGU
for the enforcement.
Because they're the one who grants the building permit, whether they are within the bounds of the property that within the structure should be constructed.
Okay, sige. So I know our media has napanisay daghang pangutana, but since we are already pressed for time, we have to end our forum lang siguro because we have a 1-hour slot over Sky Cable, and of course at this point I'd like to thank Sky Cable for being one of the partners of PIA during the Kapihan sa PIA, for airing our forum every Thursday from 4 to 5 in the afternoon over channel 53, so we can still watch the atoang Kapihan Uma, So at this point we have already discussed so many achievements, mga accomplishments, and of course mga ongoing efforts of DENR in terms of, one of which is in terms of protecting atoang tourist destinations, making sure that these are managed sustainably, and kani atoang ongoing na mga geohazard assessments nga ginahatag sa MGB ngadto sa atoang mga barangay sa LGUs, for them to be aware sa itong mga geohazard risks sa ilahang areas. And of course, this will be important for them when it comes to planning their sa ilahang mga activities within their LGU, knowing asa ni mga geohazard areas. And of course, ubay-ubay po itong gikan ganiha sa EMB, ang ilahang beaches monitoring, emission testing monitoring, solid waste management nila nga program na i-budget na gihatag yun ang gobyerno alang lang matabangan ang atong mga LGU to close the open dump sites. So hopefully by the end of this year na anay bagong good news na madunggan niya sa DENR, nga wala na open dump sites dinhi sa Region 7. So probably to wrap up ang atoang forum, because it's Environment Month na nahatag naman ganihan no ang ato ang mga activities, I'd like to ask na lang si DNR Regional Director nato, no, Sir Gilbert Gonzales, to probably give the closing remarks, sir, to wrap up our forum, and if there are any other additional information you'd like to give, this would also be the perfect time for that.
Thank you. Well, first I'd like to thank PIA for continuously holding this program so that give us the opportunity to impart where are we now in the performance of our duties and functions, in the accomplishment of our commitments, and the implementation of our priority programs, especially the 10-point priority programs of the Secretary. So, ang lang namin is that we really want to encourage more participation from the various sectors, because we cannot address or solve all these environmental problems we're encountering. Almost all of these issues are peculiar in every location, and I think we're dealing with different settings and different conditions, not only the environment. I think, in fact, even the political climate is also something to do with how we can encourage and support in all of this undertaking. So I think we just want everybody really to join us in the efforts. Tourism is one of the big earners in Region 7. So I think we need to help each other, preserve all these ecotourism areas, the ecological sites, as well as protecting the communities and the immediate environment. We will not allow the influx of many tourists to destroy the biggest assets of these localities. So that's why, as early as now, we're trying to involve the LGU and other sectors in the community, not on a regional scale, but in the local level, so that they will be able to manage their own and protect their own environment. Second, you mentioned about geohazards. I think I would like to emphasize the importance of understanding geohazards. We might be losing a lot of investments, or lose our investments, if we do not observe these geohazards. We might not be located in the most ideal lack-of-rain site, and that can compromise the investment. In fact, in Boracay, they have been using some sinkholes as discharge channels, which is not good for the environment, because it might end up again this wastewater just ending up in the beach water. So I think these are some of the issues. Maybe everybody should be aware that characteristically Region 7 is limestone in terms of geological characteristics, and there are certain areas that are not really structurally sound. So I think the geohazard mapping being undertaken by the NGB must be a guide in the planning and designing of certain developments. Otherwise, this will compromise those investments and put at risk not only the investment but also the population. So I think that's very important. EMB has already stepped up its monitoring of all the establishments, and we hope the industries, the tourism establishments, the hotels, the resorts must all respond positively. This is not for us, this is not only for the government, but actually this is for the good of the business and actually the community that they are located. So this brings to them bigger opportunities if they can preserve these areas.
Daghang salamat, Sir Gilbert, of course, si Sir Loreto and Sir William. To DNR, thank you so much, no, for hosting ato ang Kapihan karon. Hinaot unta ang tanang natong mga televiewers sa Sky Cable, no, that would be able to learn, no, all the important takeaways nato sa ato ang form, and of course, plastic, beat plastic. That is the theme sa ito ang Environment Month for June. So, you can start by having a plastic-free lifestyle. No? It would take probably a little adjustment, pero diha na magsulod ang mga plastic straw, plastic bags. So, make sure that you are using kanang reusable, no? Kanang ma-recycle ang tanan. So, of course, we'd also like to thank DYMR, ato ang partner sub sa Kapihan sa PIA. So, please stay tuned also. Follow us sa next week na po na itong episode sa Kapihan. Kini si Rachel Nesha. Daghang salamat ug maayong hapon ug buntag na itong tanan.